Okay, I'm going to start.
Okay, very good.
Oh, I've known Tracy Jackson since I was this high.
This is not about me. For once, something's not about me.
We're supposed to start by
it's about you.
introducing ourselves, but I'll say this is Paul Williams,
and this is Steve Kessler,
Oscar, Grammy, and Hall of Fame award-winning songwriter.
And this is the documentarian who has captured my life in the film Paul Williams Still Alive. This is the film Paul Williams Still Alive. This is the Steve Kessler, who spent how many years?
I spent 4 years following Paul around with a camera, most of the time against his will.
It's the first time we've ever jumped on the beds together.
Can I ask you a question, Steve?
Yes.
When did you start dressing like Paul?
I actually, that's an interesting question, Tracy. No one's ever asked me, but the truth is, I started dressing like Paul when I was 14 years old. I wore three-piece suits because I'd see Paul Williams.
With very high pants and the vest?
Yes.
Did you? And the wide lapels?
I did. I had a...
because there's nothing quite as sexy as that little bit of a tummy roll when you're, when you're too fat for your
I had a peach-colored three-piece suit that I got because Paul wore three-piece suits.
Wow.
Do you know the first time I met Paul, he was wearing like a satin kind of Bee Gees jacket. It wasn't like Bee Gees, but
that's
that kind of Andy... yeah.
That was very popular.
I have a picture of us
on a bed at Robert Mitchum's.
At Robert Mitchum's, exactly. I mean, talk about history.
My God.
Yeah. I was 18.
She was 18.
And he was wearing a Barry Gibb jacket.
I was married and I was rude. I mean, I was... Why could you...
And you were high, you were everything.
I was high and I was rude. And,
I still loved you.
She still loved me, but I did behave,
Everybody
didn't
loved
I?
You,
But we love you more now. So let's talk about Paul Williams, still here, alive.
Yes.
And this, I saw it last night, and I was completely blown away. Because like you, Steve, I too was in love with Paul Williams as a girl. Only I got to be on a bed with him at 18, and you didn't. But let's talk about this movie because it's really awesome, and you guys got instant distribution, and it's opening.
It's opening this Friday at the Angelica Theater in New York City.
June 8th.
Friday, June 8th. At 6, 8, 10:30, playing all day long, all week. People should come, see it. They can buy tickets online.
But like awesome reviews. Can we talk about like awesome reviews?
Awesome reviews.
You're like
in the Hollywood Reporter, Variety, 4 stars in Time Out New York this week.
Aren't you like at 100% on Rotten Tomatoes or something?
Critics Picks, something like that. And it's been very, very exciting. And I think people like to see Paul. They get very excited to see him.
I'm about to become famous again but I'm about to become famous for not wanting to be famous because the approach of the film is that he wonders what happened to me because after I got sober I disappeared, and then all of a sudden he's there when he wants to make a film, and I'm going, go away with the camera. I don't want to do that. There is nothing more pathetic than some little old man going, please sir, can I have some more fame? I didn't want that.
Right, and for me now, I see him. I'm still excited, not in the same way. It's not the total excitement I felt when I would first see him. How many times can you see a person get totally excited?
Well, I still get excited when I see Tracy.
Well, that's a different situation, so, I understand.
So, the most memorable moment making this film for you, Steve, what was it? When was the eureka moment that you had as a documentarian when you did this film?
The most memorable
Or like when you really knew you had a film there. There's that moment in a documentarian's life when they go, yes, I'm not crazy. This is a movie.
We were in the Philippines together, which was a very dangerous place, and something happened, and I started to think, now I'm starting to have enough for a film. But yeah, for a long time
he thought Al Qaeda was going to get us. He was absolutely. We were in the southern islands of the Philippines, where the State Department is telling you not to go. For some reason, I just knew we'd be all right. I live on trust and gratitude. My trust meter was at max, and I thought we're going to be fine. And Steve was like, we're all going to die. I'm going to die making a movie called Paul Williams Still Alive. And we'll all be dead.
I believe in trust and gratitude, but also in State Department's warnings, and also in vaccines, which I know you don't believe.
Well, that's because you're a Jew. I agree with you. State Department's warning and vaccines are very important. Paul's not a Jew. He doesn't believe in that stuff.
Yeah, but I've been around in my life. I should have picked up something.
Right.
Yeah, but
Paul's not a Jew right by now. Who's a Jew in Hollywood?
Yeah.
So, Paulie, what was the moment when you decided, okay, this guy isn't like a total waste of my time? I think this is something that's really going to make me...
Well, I didn't express it, but I think I must have followed from the very beginning. I wouldn't have let him, come with me on all these tours. The tour of the Philippines, the trip to Houston for the drug council there, up to... After I met him, I think on some level I probably was going, okay, this is going to... We'll figure out what it's going to be. I don't know how intense we're going to do this, but we can keep shooting for a while. I think by the time we got to the Philippines, I just thought he's adorable. I mean, I thought, this guy is hungry, he's scared
I
to
don't know
death.
if you should
He
tell
doesn't even.
people I'm adorable. I mean, it sounds.
And
No,
when you're,
I'm sorry.
especially when you're
It's
like
more
dressed
complex
alike,
than
sitting
that.
on the
That's right,
bed. I
sitting
mean,
on the
this
bed,
is like
exactly.
this is
Jumping
like
on the bed. No, but think about it.
Like-
Somebody devotes the kind of time and money and effort to follow you around for years into places that they're terrified to go. You gotta love them. You gotta love them. There's only one word for it: adorable.
Well, the film is beyond adorable. The film is touching. The film, I think it's the perfect film. I mean, and I don't usually say that. I don't like any films. So I'm telling everybody to go see it. And you guys, you made...
No, are you saying you like it because you were in love with Paul as a child, or there's more to it than that?
Oh, no. I'm really critical.
Very discriminating.
Right. You would tell
in
us.
a documentary.
I would probably not tell you on film right now. No, I adored it. From the moment that film starts, I totally identify with you. I totally identify with everyone in there. And I think even people who aren't the age that we are, who came of age when Paul was at his peak on television, what have you, you've made a film about the human condition. You've made a film about of longing, of loss, of redemption, of happiness, of recovery, of friendship,
And squid.
And squid. And you know
squid.
want to know
And
something,
calamari.
Steve? Whenever I go anywhere in the world, ask Paul. I always take pictures of calamari and send it to him. Don't I, Paul? Like
You do.
every
You were the only two people that do that.
every
It's
time I
fun
see a
that you
squid, I
spent
send him a
more time
picture.
together.
All over Italy, I'm taking pictures of like those gnarly squid. But no, I think this is now one of my favorite films, and you did a great job. I am a little jealous, Steve, that you made the film and I didn't, but I'll get over that. It's a great film, and everyone should see it, and I think everyone's going to. And I just congratulate the two of you. And one last word, Paul.
Just if you're watching this, you obviously know how brilliant Tracy Jackson is. So, love to Tracy. Hi to Glenn. See y'all soon.
That was like really lame. Steve, can you do better?
Who's Glenn?
My husband.
Wow.
Can you do better than Paul just did?
No, I cannot.
No, really?
Yeah.
Hi, Glenn.
Yeah.
So now it's a thing about Glenn.
Yeah,
anyway,
exactly,
it's
yeah.
about
How'd
Paul
this become
Williams.
about Glenn?
This is
We're
Paul
actually,
Williams.
I'm thinking of making a film
still-
about. It's called The Horowitz Connection.
The story was now. This is a film. Paul Williams,
still
alive, opening this week. Everybody, go see it.
January 22nd, it opens in Los Angeles as well at the New Art. So God bless you. Thanks for taking the time,
Oh,
Tracy.
for God's
Thank you.
sakes.
Love you.
Okay.
Okay, enough. It's still going because that's why you guys didn't make your film on a flip cam. This will
Make
be
it
fun.
stop. Make it stop.
I can't make it stop.
Put it underwater.
No, it won't stop. Steve, this is hysterical.
Okay. All right.
I'm putting it down. Cut it.